Hey everyone, in this video we're going to talk about triads. A triad is basically just a collection of three notes. The triad we're going to look at today is a triad in root position, and that means that we put the triad into order so that it's on three consecutive lines or three consecutive spaces. So if you look at this first triad, we have three consecutive lines. So you have the C, then on the line directly above we have the E, and the line above that the G. When our triad is in root position, we can then look to the bottom of the triad, so in this case the C, and that tells us what the name of the triad is. So this is a C triad. From there we have to decide whether it's a major triad, a minor triad, an augmented triad, or a diminished triad. And we do that by looking at the individual notes. So the C major triad has a major third at the bottom, so just to remind you, we look from the C to the E. We say, is the E in C major? If it is, great, it's a major third. So we have a major third at the bottom, and then the E to the G is a minor third. So that's major third stacked with a minor third. With the minor, it's the opposite way around. So the C to the E flat is a minor third. We say E flat doesn't belong in C major, so it's being lowered a half step, making it minor. So we have a minor third stacked with a major third, the E flat to the G. The augmented is a major third, the C to the E, stacked with another major third, the E to the G sharp. And that has a bit more of a spacey feeling. Ooh. Okay, and the diminished is two minor thirds. So between all four of these different names, we have all different combinations of major and minor thirds. Just to go through it one more time, a major triad has a major third and a minor third on top. The minor triad has the minor third at the bottom and then the major third on top. Augmented has two major thirds, and diminished has two minor thirds. With the augmented and the diminished, if you want to check that you've got them right, there should be an augmented interval between the bottom and the top note. So the C to the G sharp is an augmented fifth. In the diminished, the C to the G flat is a diminished fifth. So if that ends up being right, you know you've got your thirds right. So let's look at some and see if we can figure out what to call them. So these triads are all in root position already. If they weren't, if say it looked like that, we would have to rearrange the notes, switching them by octaves until we figured out a space 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 or a line 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 configuration. So we're going to take that F, put it back down there so it's three spaces. Okay, so we know that it's F something. That's half the credit. So we're going to look at the thirds. We say F to the A flat. Does A flat belong in the key of F major? No, it doesn't. So we know that's not going to be a major third, it's going to be a minor third. And then the A flat to the C, does C belong in the key of A flat major? Yes, it does. So that's going to be an F minor triad. Okay, the second one, let's listen to it, see if you can figure out what it is just from hearing. Okay, so the D flat to the F, we know is a major third. F belongs in the key of D flat major. The F to the A, also a major third. A belongs in the key of F major. So two stacked major thirds make this D flat augmented. Okay, try this one. E, G sharp, B. Take a second, try and figure out what kind of triad that is. Okay, so we looked at the first interval, the E to the G sharp, and we said, okay, that's a major third. The G sharp to the B is a minor third. That makes this an E major chord. Okay, same thing with this last one. I bet you can guess. Okay, so the G sharp to the B is a minor third, and the B to the D is also a minor third. So this one ends up being G sharp diminished. Okay, so far so good. Alright, so let's try writing some triads. So the first thing I would do, just like with scales, is fill in the space 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 or the line 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 so that I make sure that I'm at least covering the right notes. So with this D, I'm going to add an F and an A. I want this to be a D major chord, so we have to figure out, alright, is this first one a major third, D to F? We say no because F should be sharp, so to make this a major third, we make that F into an F sharp. And then the F sharp to the A, we need that to be a minor third, so F sharp to A, in F sharp major it should be A sharp, so we're good. So that's our D major chord. Let's try this one with minor. So again, we're just going to put the two lines above that, and then we're going to say, alright, for minor we need it to be a minor third stacked with a major third. So the G to the B, we know the B belongs in G major, so that's not going to work for being a minor third. We need to lower it one, so B flat, oops, G flat. And then B flat to D needs to be a major third, which it is. Okay, let's try an augmented triad. So we need to do E flat augmented. So we need a major third, E flat to, that's right, G. And then if we put another third on top of that, G to B natural is also a major third. So that gives us our E flat augmented. And then last but not least, a diminished triad. So when you give this a try, find two minor thirds above that A. Okay, so we just added our line above that. So now we need the first one to be a minor third, A to C, which it is, which is great. We need the second one to be a minor third, C to E, which isn't, because E belongs in the key of C major. So C to E flat would be another minor third, and it has that sort of scary vampire feeling. So another good way to start to recognize triads, to check your work, is to go to the piano and just plunk out the notes. You'll start to really quickly hear what a major triad sounds like versus a minor triad versus an augmented versus diminished. Okay.